Everyone. Mind the rain, it's coming down. Anyway, in our last video, I don't know, I'll probably wait for some people to get in here. But in our last video, we went to start this, and the pull rope got stuck. This is a Vevor 52cc, I believe it is. Now, see it right off. Do you see it? Yeah, 52cc Vevor chainsaw. In our last video, we were going to make a couple cuts with it and try it out, but it had other plans. So I'm going to set you guys up here. I wish I had a good table to work on. Actually, might well just work on that barrel over there. Hold on. I gotta change the whole layout here now. Darn it. What's the point of having a rolly chair if it's just gonna get gummed up? Yeah, we'll set up on this barrel. Set up on this barrel. Yeah. Set up on this barrel real quick. Put some stuff out of the way. So those two screws came out of it. And they went down here. We got to take this handle off in order to get to this last bolt down here, so we take this cover off. What happened was we went to pull out on it and it locked up. I don't know exactly why. I'm guessing it came off of the spool or the pulley in here. Pulley, I guess that's the right word for it. So we took those two screws on the bottom off. We're gonna come around to this side. Looks like we got two more screws and we should be able to pop this handle off. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. See if we can't fix that. I tried looking around to see if I had any epoxy or anything to fix the other issue it has. Although I don't know, I feel like epoxy would just eat through it, or it would just do the same thing. This should, in theory, come off fairly easy. Maybe. Oh, chainsaws. I absolutely hate working on chainsaws. I can't believe I'm live streaming this, to be honest. I do not enjoy them at all. I like running them, but I don't like working on them. Partially because of this. All right, here we go. There we go. All right. Now it gives me access to this hole. And we're going to take that bolt out. This is just, I don't know, we've never tried to do any work like this before on the channel, so this is a experiment. See how it goes. I wish I had a better tool set up for doing this, but this is the only one I could find right off that was the right size. Get that out of there. Maybe. If it'll let me. I got the other three loose, so this one should be our hold up. However, they're not out, so I might still have to go around and loosen them up some more. I was hoping that if I got this loose, it would just spring back in, but we didn't get that lucky. I just hope the big coil spring doesn't go boing and Had that happen with chainsaws before. Not something I'm wanting to have to re-spool. Here. Okay, yeah, that was tighter than I thought it was. Hello, Robert. Okay. I need a flathead screwdriver too. That guy is in there pretty good yet. So I didn't back him out as far as I thought I did. I messed with this earlier, like a few hours ago, so don't exactly remember what all we did. We ran out of battery life in that. There we go. Camera, phone. Ooh, uh-oh, something dropped. Don't know what. Alright, well, there wasn't another screw. Okay, that was not one of the screws, because we have... No, okay, it was one. Alright. So, last one's there. And it's pretty locked in. Okay, here's what the... Darn it. Wish I could find... Alright, we'll just have to look for that later. So here's what this Vevor looks like. Not a bad little setup, you know. Everything seems pretty intact on that end. But our big issue is this guy. I might have to take it apart. Let's see here. We got a cover. I've never had this apart before, so... Yep, it did exactly what I thought it did. Let's see if you can see that. We are off the rail. Look, there's the string, and it's wrapped up around here like that. So we might just get lucky and be able to pull it back down and around. Get this thing locked back in where it needs to be. However, it's fighting me pretty good. It's coming around. It looks like it pulled a bunch of the string out. Yeah, it pulled a lot out. There we go. Okay. Now it should be able to pull itself in. Makes me wonder if it needs one more wrap because it's very loose here at the end. Okay. Let's see if I remember how to do this. You take it out and you give it one more wrap around the... Take it out and give it one more wrap around, if I remember correctly. Like that. Well, I haven't done a recoil in quite a while. Okay, there we go. Now she's tighter. Now when that comes in, that's what we want. Now, what we don't want is this giant gap right here. And I'm not totally sure what we can do about that. See, there's the problem. It fell into here, and when I pulled out, there was enough space here. There was enough space here for that rope to get stuck behind there, and as you pulled out on it, it just unraveled itself. So what could we do? What could we put there? See, it's got this grommet that's supposed to, you know, lock in there like that and hold it in place. Clean the wheel magnets and the pickup coil. Well, oh no, there's nothing wrong with the, it's running good. It's running good. There's no, it's nice and clean. That's a good, that's good advice. You're giving good advice, but that's not what we're trying to do here. See, it's nice, shiny, and clean. The motor's running fine. Our problem's in the recoil on this guy. I'm trying to think of a good way. Everything's in the way. How do I have such a big building and still not enough space? But see, I'm trying to come up with a good way to hold, or even if we just had that grommet. I don't know. What would be the best way to fix that? Crazy glue's a grommet. I don't have any crazy glue. I have super glue, but I don't think that's going to do it. Hello, Jojo. Let me see what I got around. I've got super glue, but I don't think that's going to be strong enough. I was kind of thinking JB Weld, but the only JB Weld I think that's around here is old. I guess we could see if that'll work. Let me go to the other building. Super glue is crazy glue. I don't know. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I always thought super glue, or crazy glue was a little thicker than. We could try that. Yeah, super glue up there. Got a little thing of it. Well, epoxy. Yeah, I wish I had some on hand. I've got this super glue, which I just don't. Epoxy would be better because if we could get that stuck in there and kind of fill this to help support it. Let me go. We can play around with it and see if I can get some results out of it. It's old. It's something my grandpa had. It's been sitting on the side in the wall of the shed for at least 5 years, probably longer. Let me go grab it real quick. I will be right back. I know where it is, at least, but it's probably no good. Well, they're old, but they're still kind of soft. They still both have a little bit of gel in them. You know, they're still liquidy. We might not be able to get the caps off because they're, I might have to cut the top off and it'll be the last use of it, which is fine. Do these have a date on them? C4, 6C4, I don't see anything. I guess not. Let's see what we got here. That should work. These 2-piece epoxy JB Weld or melt or solder zip tie with a soldering iron. Super glue, with baking soda. Yeah. Well, let's try the JB Weld. However, we won't be able to see our results until this sets up. The zip tie thing, we could try that. I do have a soldering iron. I don't know. This is a pretty wide hole, though. New epoxy called Sticky Welder or something like that. Don't know how to spell it. Well, we'll try it. We'll try the JB Weld. Let me find a piece of cardboard to mix it up on and something to mix it with. I mean, the zip tie thing, it's just, here's the zip tie laying around. I mean, we could try the zip tie first and then put epoxy over it. I see what you say. I don't know how to say it. We could try that. We could try melting that and filling the big gap up with the zip tie. Well, let me get the soldering iron and see about heating that up. The one I got's not super. Do you even have a name brand on it? Not anymore. It looks like it did at one point. Made in China. So you know it's good. This might not be the right soldering iron for this. We'll plug it in. Ooh, it's so fancy. Let that heat up. I made a terrible mistake with that soldering iron. About burnt my building down. I had it hanging up over there, and I thought I plugged in one of my chargers for the batteries, which I also keep there, and I left. And I come back in, and that thing is like super hot. It's like, oh shoot, because that's a wood header up there that it was hanging on. So I gotta watch where I put this thing. Well, I guess while we're waiting for this to warm up, yeah, she's gonna take some time. These are always so slow to heat up. We'll see if we can get this open. JB Weld. Not by hand. Nope. Let me get a pair of pliers. Just a little pair of pliers. And pop that open maybe. Just the smallest pair of pliers. I think we're going to end up poking a hole in it to get its contents. Yeah, that lid is not coming off there. Will you? Oh, just barely. This one will. Of course, this is the cream. This is the hardener. All right, okay. We have half of what we need. The steel, we're probably going to have to cut the end off. The way it's going. Oh no, we're gonna have to get some scissors. or a knife or something. That's worth a shot. Soldering iron, I can smell it getting hot. Oh, right, what's there? So I still need a piece of cardboard. You warm up a little bit more. Piece of cardboard that I don't mind wasting. There we go. That's not very good, is it? Yeah, that'll be fine. It'll be fine. Have something I could apply with. Yeah, I don't care too much about that. Old screwdriver, that might be perfect. We need a knife, there's scissors, something to cut that off with. Yeah, I guess it will work. Maybe. Okay, so we've got cardboard, scissors, we got an arts and crafts project going on here. Try a little plastic soldering. Is that hot enough yet or no? Yes, kind of. It's smoky. I don't know. Almost need to turn the dang vent fan on. That's making a lot of fumes. I probably shouldn't be breathing. Never tried this with you guys see anything? I guess you got an okay view. It's melting. It is melting on there. Huh. It's working out okay. It's kind of weird feeling that melt. That's working pretty good. Well, try something new every day. At least that's the, kind of the goal here. Something how that melts together. Yeah, they could have used a little better plastics on this too. That's definite. It was $118 for this whole saw. I don't know what I expected. Like, it runs really good. I'm actually really impressed with. I like using it. Just stinks that. Yeah, they have one weak point. That was, kind of major. If you can't start it, you can't really use it. Okay, I'm trying not to melt my handle into the, I need to get something to hold that out, or I just need to reposition my fingers, or, man, how can I do that? Nope, don't stay there. Ah, dang it. Need you to stay away. Need a third hand. I mean, I don't know how strong that really is. Can you start? That Chinese chainsaw? Yes, it is. Hello, Cody. Can you start it with the drill off the crank? Yeah, but I don't want. I don't want that. No, I don't want to do that. Not with a chainsaw. You got sawdust flying around. You kind of need to keep the flywheel covered. Also, it helps with cooling a little bit. It's directing the air, and you know, it's an idea, but it's not really the answer I'm looking for, to be honest. We're just experimenting. That's all we're doing. This might fall apart on the first pull. It probably will. I'm trying to get this thing locked in here too. Ah! Man, that's hot. Oh, woo! By a Husqvarna. Man. Woo! That'll wake you up. Dang. Woo! Got my finger. Woo! All right. The smell in the room changed after I singed my flesh. Ah, dang it. I touched it again. Dang it. We're getting too close. Not winning here. I don't like this. It's a good idea, but dang it. Almost need to wear gloves. I'm getting too comfortable with it. It's my problem. I'm like, oh no, it won't touch me. It's not hot. Yes, it is. Don't fool yourself. Learned quick enough. At least they're little burns and not something major. I do have a fire extinguisher somewhere. Somewhere. There is one in the building. I don't know where it is at this exact moment. I think it's over by the stove. Or the furnace. Okay. Boy, I just need someone to hold that back for me. Ha ha. I don't think he knows what no, I don't know what I'm doing. We're just experimenting around. Don't come here if you're wanting to learn. This is my videos I try to put a little more thought into. This is just experimenting because I can edit the video. This is this is just live. You take the starter recoil mechanism, drill a hole in big. I know. I don't want to do that. I shouldn't have to do that. I'm not real interested in doing that. not with this. So I think we'll epoxy, since I can't hold this darn thing apart and I can't tell if it's doing anything. I think we're going to run some epoxy over top of that. You don't think so either? No, you're right. I'll tell you straight up, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll admit it. We're experimenting. Whew. All right. That has a certain smell to it. Dang. Well, they're not blistering like I thought they would. They're all right. I think my hands are a little calloused up. I mean, that seems to be staying in there fairly decent. We might have lucked out with just that. Boy, that poor rope. Almost need to change it out, huh? One of these days. When it breaks off. So, let's go ahead and we'll mix up some epoxy. Yeah, it cools off really quick. That's good. Go ahead, mix us up some epoxy, throw that on there, and we'll let it sit, and we might have to come back tomorrow. Make sure to hit subscribe. Now, we were able to get the hardener loosened up, but we're gonna have to cut open the steel. I cannot get it loose. However, what's in there is something we can use. This stuff was old anyway when I moved in. It was something my grandpa had hanging on the wall, so it's been up there for at least 5 years I've lived here. Gosh, 5 years? Yes, 2025. 5 years. We want a dab of hardener. Maybe a little bit more just so it gets harder quicker. Kind of a waste of JB Weld there, opening that. Oh well. Boys, it's very thick. Turns to a gray paste when it's ready, which is doing fairly quickly. All right. Okay, let's bring our subject in. Smear the glue on. Go ahead and glob it over top of that plastic because I don't really trust that either very much. Dang it. Dang it. Wish I had that thing stuck out. Definitely want to get this thing globbed on good, just so it doesn't come out again. That's the problem. This whole thing was not very stuck down in there. Now we've got it pretty. Got the grommet pretty in there. Yeah. I don't know how well the JB Weld's actually going to hold up, but if we can keep that grommet in place, I think we'll be all right. Because the smaller saw I haven't had any issues. The grommet never came out, and it's been good. So we're going to let that sit and dry up overnight, I guess. I got to make sure it don't harden to the. I got to put this in a way it don't harden to that. I almost need a pair of pliers or something, the vice grips to hold that away. Pliers. I don't have anything in reach. Anyone know how long this stuff takes to really set up? I'm going to see if I got something here. I haven't used JB Weld in quite a while. I try to avoid it. What do I have? Something tacky, something some kind of useful. Not. Alright. Something like that. I got a wrench, adjustable wrench underneath there holding that back. So hopefully it will just dry the way we want it to. Let's see here. Yeah, we got a big glob there, big glob there. I'm not too concerned about it looking nice. But here's what I'm talking. Here's what I'm talking about on this guy. Same grommet, same idea. This isn't a Vevor, but you know, we've used this a heck of a lot. This has been a great little saw. $80. You know, the plastic's cheap and everything, but been a great little saw. Biggest problem is this muffler is loose in there. I tried tightening those bolts up. There's 2 bolts and they don't want to go in and they don't want to come out. And you know what? That's fine. We're still using this saw quite a bit and I'm not diving into that just yet. We do have the steel to fall back on if this fails, but so far it's been a real good runner. And then the Vevor has been kind of our big log cutter, and it's been doing great, other than this. But yeah, okay. Make sure I unplug that. That's unplugged. Yeah, let that cool down. I think we're going to call this a stream. Make sure to give it a like, hit subscribe. We'll come back tomorrow after this sets up, reassemble this, sit on the healing barrel for the day, and hopefully that will hold together. SawCon this year? I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea what SawCon is or where it is. That sounds cool, though. SawCon these. Okay, haha. Gotcha. Very funny. All right. Good one. So, no, saws are not. I'd rather be working on that or that or that. It's like, so I do not enjoy working on chainsaws. I like running them. They are fun. They are fun to use, but I'm just, when they go down, I'm just like, now I got to mess with the chain again, get the tensioner just right, or the recoil's broke, or oh, it doesn't have spark, or you got to tear the whole thing apart, get to a carburetor. I don't enjoy them very much. Even that big David Bradley, it's like I'll play with it, but I'd rather work on a mower or a tractor or a car. Like, these things are just, nah. Even 2-stroke weed eaters, I don't like. 2-stroke stuff, I generally, nah. I get they're not super difficult, but I just don't like them. I think what really jaded me on these was we'd always get old stuff people were going to throw away, and everything inside of here was just wore out. The engines were junk, or you know, the housings would break when you go to take them apart because they're just so old. But I don't know. We're maybe working on newer stuff's not so bad. This came apart fairly easy. So now I'm rambling. Yeah, let me know if you guys want to see something else. I mean, those engines, that one needs a fuel pump and rebuilt. That's an International Model M. But I do not have the parts. I put a new rebuilt the carburetor on it. But once it gets fuel, it runs great. But this little guy down here is your fuel pump. Here's the manual actuator. And it needs rebuilt in there. But otherwise, it will fire up and run. If you dribble some gas down it, she runs great. We did have a spark issue, but I don't know if you can see that fire. Probably not. No, you can't really see it. But, okay. And then that guy's got the same style buzz box, except this one's got a shut off on it to kill it. Whereas this one, you would screw this valve in all the way to kill the engine. But this is a 1923, I believe, Taylor hitting this engine. This is actually a 2-stage. They would use this to run like milkers. It has a vacuum pump. It's got a big cylinder in the back and a small cylinder in the front. I don't know if you can see down in there. See this giant cylinder towards the back, and then it gets narrow at the front. That's your combustion cylinder, and this back here is a vacuum cylinder, that big one. And it goes off to there, and that would go out to like an expansion tank, and you could run milkers and stuff off of it. So this was a 3 horsepower engine, so you could use it to run 3 horsepower stuff, or you could run your milkers or make vacuum pressure, or I believe run it as an air compressor, which I'm not sure. Don't quote me 100% on that, but I believe there's a way to set up as an air compressor and have it make pressure as well. Fill the tank for air instead of pulling, it blows. This is a 1965, 66 George Workbird, where I really want to get in on this. I have one of these on the channel all done up. I've been through one of these before. They only made about 280 of these total. So not a whole lot of them. I have 3 of them now. I bought this one and a parts one off probably the biggest collector there is of George stuff. And he's got one done up really nice. I mean, mine done up's pretty nice, but his is, you know, a perfect showroom restore. That's not what I go for here. The channel is called Past Preserver, not Past Perfectionist. I don't have the money or the time to make it perfect, but we can bring it from this and make it look a little nicer. This has the 30-inch deck. My other one has a 42. It's got 48, I do believe. It's a wider deck with dual blades. So we'll get this guy up and running. She is loose, I do believe. She's tight, but she's loose. It's a Kohler 8 horse in here. So that motor's going to run. I don't have too much. These motors, the worst thing on them is the fuel pump. Like that, if the diaphragm, which that one's probably locked up, you're going to need to rebuild the fuel pump on. Other than that, carburetor's easy. Spark's easy. You got your little door down here in the front for your points. I believe it's over there behind the coil. Yeah, not too worried about this. The tank's not in too bad a shape. But yeah, this is 1965-66 zero turn. The rear wheels turn like that, and it gives you a full zero turn. Also, I don't know if this one has it. My other one has a diff locker on it. Is this one? Yeah. Yeah, it's all locked up, but it actually has a diff locker to where you can have these independent, or you can lock both the wheels, which is kind of different. A lot of mowers, one will just spin and the other one won't move at all. This one you can engage both, and you can do, you know, if you get stuck. But kind of a different mower. Wanting to get in on it. That I bought at the same sale for like $1. I need to get on it. Hard to beat those, these big Briggs, square tops, brick top, whatever you want to, brick tops. Normally a lawn boy, but I don't know, I always call these the brick tops because they're just big. It is going to need a drive belt for the self-propelled, but you know, it rolls around easy enough. We could get it running as just a normal mower. Snapper, big 6-horse, yeah. But yeah, so you know, there's plenty to. Oh yeah, this is a Saber Jet. I was trying to figure out in one of my last streams what this was. This REO mower. I gotta get the right paint color because I painted the deck up, and that's way too far off. It's a Saber Jet. It's actually self-propelled. I've got a Flying Cloud as well, but see, this has a belt there, and that drives that little guy that drives the wheels. But I've got this thing all in a million pieces, and I was hoping to have it painted and reassembled, but so much stuff has come up. But I did get that motor running. There's some videos on the channel of this thing running. Looks fit for the scrapyard. Oh, it'll come back around. It'll look good again. I'm not too worried about bringing it. I've done one before. It really didn't take me that long to go through and get everything loose and running on the other one. This one's not in bad shape. I think this one's in nicer shape overall than my other one was. It's at least more complete. I was missing the back fender and the front cover for mine. Still missing a cover. None of them had the belt cover that's supposed to go over this, but and I'm missing a grill. There's supposed to be a grill here. My other one done up has the grill at least. So between all three, I have one complete, almost. Videos on the wards, getting that thing up and going. It's a nice little mower. Model A, people are probably sick of hearing me talk about that. There's plenty I was talking about that earlier today. But 1930 Ford Model A, she's coming along. We're going with a metallic blue. And yeah, that's not a factory color. We're going to put a steel roof in it. So that's kind of the plan. It's a Chevy Tahoe GMC. We're going to cut the roof out of it, build braces in here, make it flat, weld it in. I'm going to do blue up so far, and then where originally these would have been vinyl stretched out, and then there'd be like wood back here, and the trim would be nailed into the wood to hold that vinyl tight. So I'm going to make this I'm going to put the trim in and make this, what do you call it? Bed liner. Like a bed liner on there. So it'll still look textured on the top. It'll still look right. And then we'll have blue, black, red wheels, and then red bumpers because the bumpers were just junk. This car is kind of a bunch of parts thrown together. So it doesn't have to look perfect. Just something fun to put around with is all I want. You know, if it gets dinged or scratched, it won't matter too much. It's already getting dinged and scratched just sitting in my building, so what's it matter if some rock chips, some rocks hit it and stuff, you know. Didn't have to run this today, so good. It's warm enough in here. I didn't have to fire up the big Kenmore, but it seems to be working all right. Just a mess of a building. So much going on that I have not had the time or energy to clean this. How's this doing? Are we setting up quick, or is it? Ooh, that made my power flicker. I've seen the lights go off. So yeah, we'll let that set up till tomorrow. Leave a like, hit subscribe. I will see you then. We'll get this thing back together, fire it up, and if it's not pouring rain, we might go make a couple cuts with it. So have a great day, everyone. I'll be streaming some games here soon. I'm probably going to go get something to drink and get ready to do a live stream playing some games. So check that out. We're probably going to try and finish Five Nights at Freddy's just because it's Halloween, just for the heck of it. And then maybe go on to something else from there, depending on how long that takes. We were on night 4, so maybe, maybe not. All right, I'll see you then. Have a great day.